Hey everybody, here's your distributive property video. Distributive property is something that we're doing in math that we've really been working on all year long, and you're going to see that as we go through this. So the first thing we need to talk about is, what does distributive mean, or to distribute? What does that mean? Think about that for a second. If something is distributed to you, or if you distribute something to others, what does that tell you? It happens in school every day. Think about that. Distribute means to give out. I'll give you some examples. If in class we hand out the iPads to every kid, we're distributing iPads to everyone. Mr. Wiedrick distributes homework every day. Of course. You should definitely distribute cupcakes to your math teacher. Okay, those things are examples of to distribute. Here's your example. Distribute tells us that we have a number out in front of parentheses. What we're going to do, we know that the number is smushed up against the parentheses. We know that that means multiply. So distribute has something to do with multiplication. Let's think about it. We know that in the past we've said parentheses come first, of course. So if we add this up, 7 and 5 is 12. We still have our 4. We haven't used that yet. So what's next is multiplication. So we're going to multiply 4 and 12. 4 and 12 is 48. Well, distributive property looks like this. I'm going to take this 4 and I'm going to multiply it by the 7, and I'm going to multiply it by the 5. Take a look. If I multiply 4 by 7, I get 28. And I do that again, but I'm going to multiply that 4 by the 5 this time. That gives me 20. So this is what we've got so far. We can combine these two. 28 and 20 gives me that same 48 that we got before. Okay, so this is your original order of operations here. Nothing wrong with that. Everything's fine. The reason I'm showing you that to distribute like this is because we're not always going to have nice, easy numbers like that on the inside. So let's give an example of that. So we now have a variable in there. You cannot say x plus 3 because we don't know what x is. So in this case, we need to distribute that 5. So we're going to take the 5, we're going to distribute it to the x. So 5 times x is 5x. Then we're going to take the 5 and distribute it to the 3. 5 times, there goes the bell. 5 times 3 is 15. Plus sign comes along because we haven't used that yet. This is the answer because we do not have like terms here. There are two terms, but we have an x and we have a plain old whole number. So that's our answer. Okay, on the bottom you have an example that looks like this. Stop the film and do that one on your own. Okay, I'm distributing the 7 to the n. 7 and n is 7n. Subtraction sign comes along. I'm distributing the 7 to the y. 7 and y is 7y. Cannot combine these because n and y are two different variables. That's it. So if you haven't yet, stop the tape and try letter B. 12 times p is 12p. Plus sign comes along with us. 12 times 4, 48. Cannot combine these two. Again, you have a whole number and you have a variable that are not like terms. Therefore, that is your answer. Remember, you can stop, go back at any point here to catch up with me, to hear things again. Please do that. All right, here's some proof that we've been working on distributing all year long. So you know that we've worked on this exact type of math in your head since the very beginning of the school year. Now we're just going to prove it using this particular method, okay? So for example, I'm going to take 11 and I'm going to say, I know 11 is just 10 plus 1. Why? Because 10 and 1 are easy to deal with. So I'm going to put my 24 out in front. That when they're smushed, it means multiply. That's what we're doing after all. So I'm going to use the distributive property here. So check out what we've been doing. Compare this to what we've been doing in our head. 24 times 10 is 240. 24 times 1 is 24. Addition sign comes along. Add the 2 up. 264. So we've taken what we've been working on mentally in math. We've been working on this all year on purpose. And we're going to prove it now. You're going to write it down to show me that you know exactly what we're doing. So stop the tape and try those two. All right, I'm choosing to split the 14 apart because it's easier for me to multiply 15s, so I'm making 14 4 plus 10. You could do the other way. You could split apart the 15, that would be fine. 15 times 4 is 60. 15 times 10 is 150. Addition sign comes with us. 60 and 150, 210. If you haven't tried number 2, stop the tape and try it. Looks like, oh no, we're scared because it's a decimal. No big deal. 6.4 is a whole number 6 and a 0.4. That's it. 40 times 6 we know is 240. 40 times 4, think of this without the decimal for a second. 40 times 4 is 160. Now we have the decimal, so sneak the decimal in one place. Why is it one place? Because this is only one place over, so we move this one place over and we multiply. So again, 40 times 4 is 160, but there was a decimal, so we move that in. Do you need the decimal point in the 0? Not really. I put it there so I could show you. It's up to you. Combine these two guys and total of 256. You have this on the back. That is for you to complete for class. And don't forget, you have to bring to class tomorrow an example of distribution in real life. Some way that you hear something is being given out, passed out, anything. That's distributive property. Thanks a lot.